Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, MB.
And your boy, Mr. Clean, the salt and the sauce.
Here on the Royal Compass Podcast this evening. This is episode number 4, second with my co-host.
Hey!
The motherfucking hottest cat, motherfucking worldwide. Anyways, we're here to have further discussion about these relationship questions and comments that people post on our TikTok and YouTube channel all the time. Obviously, it's been about a week since our last broadcast. We have moved into a new studio. Looks a little bit different. I'm not sure what direction we're going with it. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into the first one. How can treating them good mean they run the show? They got it twisted. Now, this actually comes from a video where we discuss the fact that you should never let women run all over you and that good guys finish last a lot of the time. So just what do you think about this right here?
I think he's misunderstanding.
For sure. There's definitely some misunderstanding going on.
So I think you should treat your woman good. Your woman should be totally infatuated with you. But that doesn't mean treat her good at the expense of behaving like a man.
I think sometimes there's confusion about what good actually is, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, I think in that video we were talking about the fact that you don't always want to say yes to a woman, no matter, like, she'll ask you to do something, and a lot of guys are just like, yeah, sure, whatever you want, honey.
No, that's, I feel like sometimes saying yes is a bad decision, and you'll know it's a bad decision. I'm guilty of doing this in the past, and because I want to make her feel good, I want to give her what she wants, I'll make that bad decision. Can't do that, because at the end of the day, the responsibility is on you. She'll be looking at you like, why would you do that? They even tell you, listen, a woman will even tell you that you did it because you wanted to. So I think it's misunderstanding.
I think a lot of dudes have had that one thrown in their face. Oh, no, you did that because you wanted to, not because I wanted you to.
Yeah.
But because you wanted to.
That's facts.
As soon as stuff goes bad, she'll be like, I didn't ask you to do that. You did that.
You did it because you wanted. That's what you wanted to do. And
that's a real statement, though.
I don't even blame women for saying that, because she's expecting you to live up to your responsibility of making the best decision that you know how to. For
yourself.
Yeah. So for your entire situation. So can't kiss ass, man. Sorry. Yeah. You could believe the fairy tale that they tell you and lose your woman.
I think there's a really important lesson in there that we should probably hone in on just a little bit. It's the fact that a lot of guys go out their way to do a lot of things for women, and then when they don't know how to really maintain that woman and things start to go south, man will say, oh, but I did all these things for you. But what you didn't know how to do was understand her nature and what she was truly looking for.
Yeah.
And you think that now you have some sort of she belongs to you because you've done all these things that she doesn't even really care about, this buying these things or taking her places, things of that sort. You thought that's what she wanted. But what you soon find out is she tells you, I didn't ask you to do that. You did that yourself. And that becomes very frustrating for a lot of men out there when they encounter that situation, because they're thinking that women really truly value that. But the materialistic things aren't necessarily what they value.
Yeah, she could care less about that.
And that goes back to the other video, why a dude that doesn't have as much money as a rich guy could get his chick taken really easily. Because the rich guy, he might have all the financial resources present that any woman could ever devour, but at the same time, he doesn't provide her any peace, protection, or stability, or the freedom to do as she wants. And because of that, a guy can walk in and provide these other things that don't cost money, and the rich guy will lose his gal just that fast.
Quick and easy.
Yo. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the next one real quick. Got a whole bunch to go through here tonight. Question number 2. Why does the world continue to run without 99.9% of men knowing this knowledge? And basically, this is in reference to the fact that 99.9% of men do not understand how to be a man. How does the world keep running without men, with such a small amount of men actually knowing this? This was quite entertaining, actually.
Well, I think it's a stupid question, first off. And then second, why would men not knowing this stop the world from running? That just means that 99.9% of men are in unhappy relationships, and 99.9% of women are really unhappy.
In the relationships.
That's all that means.
And we were actually looking at a chart today. Two charts. Both came from the United States government, it shows that since the 1960s and 70s, marriages have declined in the United States to their lowest levels ever. And also divorces at the same time, obviously, as a direct reflection of marriages.
Yeah.
And we can pretty much say that this is due to the fact that people don't see the value in marriage anymore. And also, a lot of people just can't have a relationship that works anymore because a lot of guys don't understand how to be men.
I think lately in the past maybe 10 years, people have started to not see the value of marriage. But I don't think it's that people don't see the value of marriage. I think that the people themselves have been less worthy of being married. You're, as a woman, you've been less worthy of asking to marry. And as a man, you've been less worthy of saying yes to. I think that's why the rate has gone down since the 70s.
Not only that, we got to look at the fact that if these guys are out here in frustrating relationships
Yes.
that they don't know how to nurture,
Right.
they never even reach the point where they
Yeah.
say, hey, will you marry me? Because she's never been who you want her to be.
And the relationship didn't last that long anyway to even get to that point.
So there's absolutely no correlation to how the world continues to operate, regardless of what men or women know about relationships. You want to bring up that point you said earlier about men choose who to marry?
They say women choose who to date, men choose who to marry. So for all the feminists out there that have all these opinions, you really leading women astray with this narrative. Men aren't choosing to marry you because you're not what what our grandmothers were when they were getting married. And that may have a big reflection to do with the way that men are behaving, but also has to do a lot with the way that women are behaving.
Now, would you say that regardless of anybody's personal feelings or whatnot, that nature overrules all that? That if men truly understood women's nature, that they wouldn't care necessarily what the narrative is?
I think men don't even understand their own nature. You know what I mean? Let alone women's nature. I think men don't understand what they're supposed to be. Therefore, they don't understand the way that a woman will behave towards them if they're being what they're supposed to be. So, I mean, me, myself, I could care less what a woman is a feminist or not. I know I'm going to behave the way I'm supposed to, and biology will kick in.
Would you say in the last episode you said something about you have a feminist that cleans your...
Oh, no, I have a feminist that cooks and cleans.
She's mad at you for doing it.
She talks shit while she's doing it, but she does it. She said, I don't know why I'm doing this for you.
But that's because she can't resist.
And she goes in that kitchen and get them tacos.
And that's what we're trying to tell these dudes. Once you understand the female nature, it doesn't matter what comes out her mouth. She can't resist it.
Yeah.
It's a very, and it's almost like a cheat code. We talk about it as like a cheat code. That once you understand the nature of women and the role you're supposed to play as a man, and how to improve yourself, there's very little they can do to resist a man that understands these things.
Yeah, because you're being something that's worthy of these behaviors and of these actions. Why wouldn't she go on that kitchen and get them tacos? Why wouldn't you? Next question.
Hey, just want to let you guys know, stop over royalcompass.com, pick up our book, Blueprint of a King. Understand the female nature, learn it as quick as possible if you want to be successful out here in these streets. Let's jump into the third question tonight. Yes, but desire is key. If a woman does not physically desire you, then it's over. They like a fit man with an alpha jawline. So this is a pretty plain, cut, dry statement saying this is what you gotta be to get women. You hear me?
I'm going to tell you like that, that's pure BS. Because I will say here to the co-host,
Hey, be careful now.
he's not a fit man. And I've seen him bag a lot of women since the time that I've known him. And look at me. Let me show you something. I do not have an alpha male jawline. It's just a fact. I have a feminine jawline. I hate to say that. It's true. I've bagged a lot of women. A lot. More than what you would believe if I told you. So you're incorrect. Even on what women like physically, you're incorrect. Do they like muscles? I'm sure they do. Why wouldn't they? I like ass and titties.
I go with the DJ Khaled saying about my workout routine.
Hey, why don't you never lose no weight, man?
Because all we do is win. We don't ever lose.
Because I don't lose.
Because I don't lose. It's true, though. I mean, you'd be surprised, man. Everybody's got their strengths, their weaknesses. Everybody's got things that they're good at, things they aren't good at. And you'd be surprised what women go for out here when you know what you're doing.
And you're thinking like a man. That's not how women think. Do they find men physically attractive? Of course they do. But that's not as big of a player as it is for men. For men, it's like 90% physical attraction. For women, it's like 10% physical attraction. What they're mostly attracted to is not just how someone looks. This is what y'all got to stop thinking, that women think like men. They don't.
There's a lot of dudes out here that say money's all that matters. And this is
That's also thinking like men.
yeah, it's a whole nother situation of a lack of understanding right there.
Yeah.
What do you think would be some of the top things women go for?
Can you lead? Are you socially aware?
Social awareness.
You know, women want a situation where they feel like it's a win. For women, and a lot of you women aren't gonna like this, it's a big part of it is validation. So does hooking up with you validate her in any type of way? Is that a win for her? That's the major thing, man. You need to put yourself in a position that you are a win. You are a good look for her. Psst, that's it.
We were having a good talk about something that you're writing about in your new book that you have coming out soon. The fact that you need to be extraordinary, not ordinary.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about that. That was deep.
Well, how can an ordinary man provide an extraordinary experience?
I know an ordinary woman can't.
You can't provide an extraordinary experience if you're ordinary. So if you could just stop being like everybody else, every other dude that she talked to, and just get your shit together to the point that you are a win for her. That'll fix, as far as what a woman desires, that'll fix 85% of your problem. Then it's getting to be, can you keep her and keep your situation in line? And that's where you gotta flip your mentality to be a man's mentality and stop being emotional and all these other things.
A lot of guys don't realize this, maybe because they haven't traveled enough or their circle's smaller. They just don't have the ability really to think about this. But it doesn't take too much to really make yourself stand above a lot of guys out there. Like, there are a lot of guys that don't got their stuff together nowadays.
Big facts.
And women outnumber men so I think it's 3-1, 4-1, that even if every guy had great stuff going for him, there's still enough women to go around.
Yeah.
Easily. So it's not too hard to get above everybody else.
Man, they just don't want to look stupid, bro. They just want to be able to go in front of their girlfriends and show off and feel good about it. You know, well, a lot of you guys probably never had this situation. But if you had this situation and you was messing around on a woman, the first thing that you would hear her say is, just don't have me out here looking stupid. You got me out here looking stupid. Because that's what they care about, man. It's validation. They want to be able to go in front of their sisters and their friends and say, hey, I got clean. I went wherever I went and he seen me and this is what I came home with. It ain't got nothing to do with your physical looks.
That's all they care about. Win. Is it a win or is it a loss?
That's it, man. They're not attracted to the same things that we are as men.
You got to also understand one thing real quick, too. Women look at men as prizes. So a lot of women just don't want to be without a man. You know what I mean? There was a question that goes around like, why would a woman stay with a dude who treats her bad or isn't necessarily the greatest fit for her? And the truth is, if she can't really come up on another dude quick, she don't want to be out here by herself because it makes it almost like she lost.
Yeah. And, you know, that goes back to that validation, man. She don't want to say that she couldn't keep her man. She don't want to say that the man that she got wasn't all that like she played it off to her friends and family.
And that's why she'll stick with you until she finds another guy if you ain't doing her right. She's going to get up. She's going to stay with your ass all the way till she can upgrade to the next guy. She ain't even going to let you know it's coming. What was the movie we were watching the other night that was on with the girl? Venom.
Yeah.
We was watching Venom the other night. Old boy, I know it's only a movie, but his gal dumped him, and 5 days later she was dating the doctor and moved in and had a key to the house and everything. You think that didn't play out before they actually broke up? Nah, she was fucking him for a while.
And they was engaged, man. Like, it was a very realistic scenario.
I didn't even think about that. She was engaged, so she gave him the ring back.
She gave it back. He even said it wasn't that long ago we were engaged.
It was 5 days, and she had another dude moved up in the house. And that's real life. That ain't even just a movie. That's real shit that play out.
Look, I'm going to give you another clean story, right? I pulled a chick off an app. I make it over, talk my BS to her. Make it over there to her that night. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all that part. She just broke up with her dude, which I knew. I get over there. Stuff was still there. So I'm like, y'all not really broke up. Like, this is new. She's like, oh, no, well, man, I'm telling you, you'll be gone today, and tomorrow somebody else will be in that bed.
For sure.
Just the way it works. Don't jump off the bridge over it, man. Like he said, they outnumber us 3-1. Another one out there. Chances are, if you You ain't got your stuff together. She didn't look that good, no way. You find another one look better. Just get your mind right, get your shit together.
Let's go ahead and jump into the next question real quick. Let's get it pulled up here. Here we go. But if you know how they naturally think, that scares them. So how does that work? Because women try to scheme shit all the time. I want to jump this off real quick, all right? Because I think this is important. Our book, Blueprint of a King, Royal Compass, we tell it in the beginning of the book. It's literally, let me pull this up real quick so people see this. I think sometimes people think we lying, man, about how this shit works because this gentleman brings up a really good point. But if you go to this book, and I'm going to read you the very, I know it's kind of washed out, but it's right here on the page. Sorry about that. It's a little do with the camera. Let me read you the first beginning part of this book, and it'll answer your question 100% right here. While in society's current state, some of the materials contained within this book may seem controversial. Do not be discouraged by others' feelings about what you will learn. The majority of society has been brainwashed to believe a completely false narrative that is set up to destroy men's lives. You would be best served not to discuss this book with family members or women while studying what is contained within these pages, for the majority of people are lost and have no desire to understand the true nature of women or men. So the truth is, don't say shit to any woman you know while implementing the tactics that you learn on this podcast, or if you pick up this book, Blueprint of a King by Royal Compass, because you don't want to tell them.
Listen, I'm going to give you the less politically correct answer.
That's what we have you here for.
Why do you care what she's thinking or what she's scared of?
Kind of sounds like he's scared.
It does sound like he's scared. You should be so wrapped up and caught up in being what you're supposed to be. She ain't got time to think about what she's concerning herself with. You know what I mean? And I guess that comes with trial and error, right? You get this information, you start implementing it, you'll be more confident in doing it because you will absolutely see success with this. So you'll be more confident and you'll stop even concerning yourself with what she's thinking and what's going on in her mind and how she's taking all of this. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. You know that a woman is going to fall in line because she's a woman and you're a man. Man, women and men go together, man.
I want to say this real quick. A lot of people don't think you're serious when you say that. It's that simple. Woman and a man go together. Society has made it overcomplicated. They make a lot of men think too much about what's going on. And men have deviated from their natural roles. The whole purpose of this podcast, the book, Blueprint of a King, any material we release is really pushed towards realigning individuals back to their natural roles. So it may seem like a stretch, some of the things we say, some of the information we provide, but it is factual, it is actual, and it will work. It's not anything we made up. It's not anything that hasn't been proven over time. It just hasn't been diluted by the mainstream media, Hollywood, or in these ulterior agendas that are being pushed nowadays.
Yeah, man, and if you are going to say anything to her about it, you don't have to share with her anything that you think that she's not going to like. But sometimes I go on dates and I share some stuff that I know. I just share the stuff that's going to sound good and make her feel good.
But it's true, though.
It's true.
And let me piggyback off this real quick.
Yeah.
Women are so used to being misunderstood that literally you could go out and drop a couple lines out that book and they're going to tell you, just like a lot of these women in the comments on these videos will say, man, you understand, you know what you talking about. And as soon as a woman thinks that you got her figured out, ain't no other dude ever made her feel like that. Ever.
Because trust and believe, fellas, that if we wanted to, we could get on here and say only stuff that would make women feel amazing. And it would all be true. But that's not what our goal and our purpose is. Our goal is to educate men. So we're giving y'all more than just what will make women feel good and more than just what will make you feel good. But trust and believe, it's not a bad thing. It's not something that women aren't going to want. It's something that women are going to want.
I'm going to tell you something anyways. The truth don't give a fuck what you feel like.
Period.
So that's why we got videos that are good for guys, and we got videos that are good for women, and we got videos that are bad for guys and bad for women. We don't hold nothing back either way it goes.
Yeah. But the main point is you shouldn't even be worried about what she's thinking or concerning herself with. You should be concerning yourself with what you're supposed to do and who you're supposed to be. Period. If you're doing what you're supposed to do and being who you're supposed to be, you're going to get what you're supposed to get.
I also want to go to the end of this comment right here. He says, because women try to scheme shit all the time. Look, we got a part of this book in understanding women, and there's a phrase in there that they appreciate selfishly. So what you got to realize is that scheme it's something that should be expected. You're a man, you're supposed to be a provider of things. That doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be money, but you're a provider of things. You got to understand that she isn't coming to you because she wants to give you everything that you ever dreamed of in life. You need to go get what you need from life yourself. But she's definitely there scheming to try to get everything she can, and not in a negative way, in a way that you should expect from her. So, you know, the last line of this comment is to be expected.
And remember, man, for every woman that's scheming on someone and scheming in some type of way, you have to remember there's somebody who she's not scheming on somewhere. So they're not concerned about if she's a scheming woman or not. You shouldn't be either. You should know that you can control your situation when it relates to men and women. You should know that you can control your situation. I don't care what a woman intends to get from me or what kind of scheme she has going on. I know when you come over here into my circumference, I'm going to be controlling that situation. It don't matter what you thought was going to happen when you came over here. What's going to happen is what I intend to happen.
And that's because you protect yourself.
That's because I don't care what you thought you was finna come get. You finna give more than you take away, period.
Yeah, but that's because you ain't going to allow her to take that away. It's like you were saying about the choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody who gets schemed on is making the decision to allow that to happen.
Yeah. If you concerning yourself with what she's thinking about her and what she wants, you the type of person that can get schemed on. If you don't care you can't get schemed on, man.
Because you ain't going to give it to her anyway.
Because
you don't care what she wants.
You don't mind saying no anyway.
It goes back to why good guys finish last.
Yeah, you don't.
Because they care what she say.
Because they don't want to say no. And you gonna say yes, and you gonna give and give and give, and she gonna be bringing it to me with the goodies and the honey and everything else that she got while she's scheming on you, getting your money, getting rides from you or whatever else she getting. She gonna bring it home to daddy.
All the time.
That's just how it work, bro.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the next question real quick. We getting rolling now. Handle them. I don't think we can, bro. The tough guy act and saying no gets eroded after a while. They work day and night on this, some of the toxic ones. So basically, we say, you know, you got to be able to understand how to handle your woman. And this guy's saying, yo, I don't think it's possible. After a while, you become weak and soft, and it just erodes away.
Man, speak for yourself.
Facts.
Speak for yourself, man. After a while, you become weak and eroded. I don't. And I maintain relationships with women for years. I determine when the relationship is over, when you no longer are providing what I needed you to provide. Women don't dismiss me. So what you're saying can't be true, man, because I don't mind saying no.
Sound like maybe after a while he falls in love and then becomes weak and emotional with the lady, so he starts letting her get her way.
I think he knows that he shouldn't be weak. Because it sounds like you're saying you try to be tough, but I don't think you have confidence in that. What you should do instead is, listen, you should be the badass dude that she thought you was when she decided that she was going to mess with you and let you inside of her body, because she didn't think that you was weak and soft at that point.
Or you never would have got there.
You would have never been inside of her. So you should remain that badass that she thought you was, period. Why would you think being the guy that doesn't mind saying no would ever be a bad thing if you were that in the beginning and that made her go from a stranger to somebody that you were having sex with?
I will say this, though. I think there's a large group of guys out there that probably watch this that didn't say no in the beginning. The woman stuck around them because she was receiving certain things from him.
Oh, no doubt.
And they just never have said no. So they have no idea about this at this point.
If they're that guy, you should cut your ties and get you a new one and behave correctly from the beginning with this one.
I was thinking about this before the show. A point I wanted to bring up during the show is the fact that a lot of guys out here say a woman only cares for you because of your money or because you buy her things, or that's all they're after. And I can unequivocally tell you that's, if you that guy that's all you can provide, that's all she's going to use you for. But there's a lot more things that a man provides for a woman that are of value to a woman. And if you want to be a guy that's not valued for the things that you buy for her, it's real simple.
Yeah.
Don't buy her nothing. And the one that sticks around you ain't going to value you because of what you buy her. she's going to value you for the other things that you provide. So the first thing you guys got to do is realize if you don't want to be valued for the things you can buy, don't buy a woman anything. And you're going to find a woman who values you for the other things you can provide.
X. And you can attest to this. I was messing with a woman who had a whole apartment full of furniture and TV and stuff that she didn't even buy. Other sucker dudes bought for her.
A lot of sucker dudes.
A lot of sucker.
This was a badass chick, too.
She was fine, too. Me, I never gave her any money. None. Not even a little piece of it. And she was a scheming type of woman. She's the type that, yeah, you can come on over here and buy me a TV. And
baby daddy was an NFL player. Still is an NFL player, matter of fact.
So she was that type of woman. But guess what? When she want to hang out with me, there's a stipulation on if I even hang out with you. Are you paying? Not only would I not spend money on her, I make her spend her money on me. And it's the same woman that would have had you up out of all your money, probably sitting somewhere crying, blowing her phone up while she laying in the bed with me.
Facts.
So trust me, fellas, it's possible. Even for the schemingest of women, it's still possible. Just have your shit together, man. Behave with confidence. Know that you provide and you offer more than that.
Gotta aim to be excellent and extraordinary in as many ways as possible.
Otherwise, keep paying for it.
And you guys got to remember at the same time, like we said, it's not that hard to get there. You just got to put a little effort into it. It's not as crazy as you guys think it is. There's so many ways that you can be excellent and extraordinary that a woman finds attractive. You ain't got to have a six-pack. You ain't got to be 6'8". You ain't got to have $1 million. You just got to put a little bit of effort into yourself, and you can be that guy. Some guys just have a sense of humor that does it. Doesn't cost them anything. They just funny. They don't try to control the woman. They give her a piece, her space, and he's getting pussy from her left and right. Every time her man at home messing up, he tagging it all the time because she just want to laugh and have a good time.
You're treating her house like a drive-through. Flew through pickups. Don't get me. He getting on my last nerve. You done ran out. Oh, drive-through water.
Yep, and he ain't paying nothing. She just want to get out and lay on your couch.
Man.
I done had a whole bunch of fine-ass chicks that just wanted to come lay on the couch and go to sleep in my crib because they dude was giving them a hard time.
X.
And I didn't care that she had a dude. And it's not that I was supporting her cheating on her man or anything. It's just I'm supporting her being happy. I don't want to control her. I don't want to control what she's doing or make her mine. I want her to do whatever she wants to do.
Hey, man, if it's holes in your game, you're leaving space for somebody to come in. Every hole that you leave is room for somebody to squeeze in right there. Just don't leave no holes, man. Don't be weak. Don't be emotional, none of that stuff. And don't be the guy that provides money because that's what she'll look at you as. She won't come to you for sex. She won't come to you for none of the other stuff that men can provide. She'll come to you for what you provide. So you don't want to be the guy that provides the money.
Man, I'm going to keep it real. Tell one of our little strip club stories real quick.
Uh-oh.
Me and my boy here used to tear up the strip clubs. I mean, we still do when we go out, but we got a bunch of friends out here. And I'll tell you one thing that was really obvious was that the minute a dude walked in a strip club and pulled out some money, all a woman ever looked at you was like an ATM. And this is not even just strip clubs. This is across the board. Any woman you ever run into.
Yeah, and let me interject real quick. Please don't listen to this story and think that this only applies to strippers because the dancers are women. So this applies for women. They are women.
The minute you pull out some money for a woman that hasn't done anything to deserve it, literally like when you just meet her and you want to take her out somewhere she wants to go or a 5-star hotel or whatever you doing, she's going to look at you like an ATM. You are setting yourself up for nothing but the expectation for her to get money out your pockets. And that's all she thinks of you. Because actually, a lot of these rich guys out here paying for it, giving money out, tricking their money off, saying, oh, I got it, I can trick it off. She looks at you as weak for that because you don't understand her. She'll take your money all day. Who wouldn't take money? I'll take money if somebody wants to give me some damn money. Anybody call up the show right now, give me some money, I'll take it. I'll give you my cash app and everything. And it's the same thing with girls. They'll take money from anybody they can get it from. And the truth of the matter is, though, she looks at you like you're weak because you ain't got nothing to offer. You had to pay for it. And then that's all she wants. She'll just take your money until you have no more money to offer her.
And how can you be of high value if you paying for like a
If
man
something
of,
of value, pay for something.
yeah, a man of abundance doesn't pay for something that he has in abundance.
Gold doesn't pay me to take it home. I got to pay for the gold. The gold is high value.
And once again, like I said a little bit earlier, is women want to be validated. So if you a dude that gotta pay, she don't really want you, because that means that nobody else wanted you. So how could you be a win if don't nobody even want you? So whether you do have women knocking down your door or not, paying and coming in wallet first is sending a signal to her that you're low value. Despite what somebody else told you that high value men are men that with a gang of money, if you come in wallet first, you're sending a signal of low value. Don't send that signal.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's like when I hear about these ball players like James Harden tricking off all their money to all these chicks paying $100,000. I'm going to tell you like this. If I was James Harden, I don't know why he would ever send $100,000 to any model, but I would imagine if I was James Harden, I'd just say, hey, look, you in Florida, I'm in Cali, make your way out here.
Yeah.
And I bet you she gonna get out there and find her ass on the way to California, no money involved, because she just want to be seen next to a ball player.
Yeah.
These dudes is fools, man.
That's incredibly validating. That's a win for her. She wants that win.
Yep. Ain't never got to give no girl no money. And if you got to give her some money, you need to get your shit together. This is a fact. In the last episode, you talked about the fact that, like, women may think you doing something for them, but you always doing something for yourself.
Yeah.
Like when you go out on the first date, Clean talked about the fact that it's cool if the man wants to go out to a movie. You know, he might hit up a couple chicks because he doesn't want to go alone. But he's not actually planning this for her. He wants to go to the movies himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's something we talk about in the book too, like the difference between tricking and just taking care of yourself and enjoying yourself. And maybe you want some female company that evening and whatnot, so you hit up somebody on your roster and she comes out and like you said in one of your examples, she might not be able to afford where you going, but because you want some company, at that point you willing to.
Yeah. I'm paying for my situation. I'm not providing nothing for you. And like I demonstrated with the story about old girl, she was making money. So I know I can just have you pay for this. So that's what's gonna happen. But if I want to do something and I already know like you can't afford to go in here and do this. If I want to go there, I'm gonna pay for it. Just like if I wanted to go do anything else, I would pay for it. So, you gotta understand the line. These are guidelines. Certain stuff is rules, certain stuff is guidelines. You got to understand the difference between the rules and the guidelines. Don't play yourself out of what you want to do because you're like, nah, I can't. If I do that, then I'm tricking off. If you tricking off, you tricking off. If you just having your own fun, you're not tricking off, man. Because at the end of the day, I don't think there's any woman that deals with me that doesn't know that if you don't want to go do this, it would be somebody else will be doing it. I don't think no woman that deals with me is under the impression that she getting over on me. That's period.
All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next question real quick. Let's get this one pulled up. Hopefully it's not the same one. It says, but the thing is, why cheating comes first before trying to mend the relationship? As guys, y'all should know we have other responsibilities too. So I think he's trying to figure out, why do women cheat and then somehow come back and want to talk about mending the relationship after they cheat? And I'll be honest with you. Generally, when a woman cheats, she's already tried to mend the relationship with you. You just didn't understand what the hell was going on. And because you didn't understand the signs or the nature of a woman and you were overly emotional, she realized there was no chance of mending the relationship. And at that point, she started scouting out other options.
I could give you several reasons for this. One is, and I think we talked about this last time, is she just ran into something that made her aware of how much you sucked. And
that is a possibility.
Had a irresistible desire for that. That could be one reason. Another reason could be...
And that's one of those gaps.
Yeah. There's gaps that got filled right there. And another reason could be, she went out and did her thing because you were sucking in certain areas, went out and realized that the other stuff available sucked as well. So at that point, let's try to work this out, because I could leave you and be out here by myself, or I could stay with you now that I see I don't want this other thing either. Stay with you and just wait until something that I actually want comes along.
And that brings up a good choice, good thing right here. The cheating part in this actually implies that you found out she was cheating.
Yeah.
If you never would have found out she was cheating, she might not try to mend anything with you. Mm-hmm. She may just continue hopping guy to guy cheating on you until she finds the proper escape plan that suits her needs.
Right.
But when you find out she's cheating and she's forced into the situation of, oh, now he knows I'm cheating, so he's mad. A lot of guys get emotional. They want to kick the girl out. Now she realizes she might be out in the cold, have to get her whole situation back together. She might just tell you what you want to hear.
To keep that ass off the pavement.
Exactly. She's telling you what you want to hear. So she ain't even necessarily trying to mend it with you. And you really shouldn't even be trying to mend it with her at that point. You should never have really cared anyways. Like you should, I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is how I always look at these things. If a woman is willing to cheat on me, that's her loss. I'm not gonna lose 2 seconds of sleep over it. I ain't gonna care. There ain't gonna be nothing going on. It is what it is. Move along. Be happy with yourself. Say what you said earlier when we was outside talking about if a woman ever did.
If a woman cheated on me, I'm not even offended. I had some guys try to argue with me about in the comments saying it's all good until karma comes back. I believe in karma, but this isn't karma. This is just, if you cheated on me, I'm dope. I'm going to be everything that I'm supposed to be. I'm going to be providing wonderful feelings for you. I'm not going to stress you ever. So that means that you found something else like that and was more attractive than me. That means you upgraded. And I'm not trying to hold you from the best that you can possibly get. You're supposed to have the best that you possibly can have. I'm not even upset.
Man or woman.
Man or woman. Like, you just, damn, found somebody better than me?
Congratulations.
Shit. And this is the thing for me. For me, you're never gonna be my woman. Like, I look at it like when I said about women lying. It's a lie until it's proven the truth. You're not my woman until it's proven that you're my woman. Like, you ain't my woman until you my woman. I didn't say, hey, you know what, let's try to date. No, you was there being everything that I needed. It's the way that I'm gonna be everything that you need as a woman.
Man, let me jump in here real quick. Now, in case some of y'all don't know, this man right here ain't in a relationship right now. I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I want to bring the same perspective from a different point of view, if that makes any sense. I told Margell when I met her, you got to prove yourself to be my woman. It's going to be up to you. Now, I mean, I still have a final say-so in that. Like, you know, I could dismiss any lady that comes across my path and say, yo, I don't want you to be my woman. You don't look right. You ain't got all this shit going on. You ain't making me happy. But at the end of the day, it ain't up to me to necessarily just pick her out. She needs to qualify herself as my woman and do things to make me happy. And I think what Clean in here is, over time, your actions and what we do together without even trying will prove whether you my woman or not.
Yeah.
It's not a title that's just given. You don't just give, it's not a title a woman just assumes just because y'all been fucking for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? A man that understands how these women work is going to let a woman be herself, not trick his money off to her, be about building his kingdom. And at the end of the day, the right woman will want to be around him, and he will naturally accept the woman that makes him happy, and is the things he desires. So it ain't a title that you can just throw out there. It's something that happens over time and just is.
Yeah. And it's not something that you may, like, I meet women that I like and that I have certain relationships with, and I like them. But I think a lot of men meet a woman that they like and they desire for her to be their woman.
For sure.
And I think that's where they make a mistake, because now you're overlooking the things that you don't. You just want her to be your woman instead of saying, hey, you know what? I do want a woman. And if you are my woman, you will be.
I think it's two things right there. A, they probably desire how that lady looks.
Yeah.
And also, they want a woman, but they don't have it. They just want a woman, period.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even to the point where they have enough confidence to realize that they in this phase of they just want any woman, damn near. And that one looks good, so I'm taking that one. But they ain't really understanding what they even want.
Yeah.
Like, I tell a lot of guys, and it's in the book, before you can ever have a woman, you got to know what you want from a woman.
Right.
Because you got to know what you're looking for in a woman that'll make you happy.
For sure.
And you got to be able to tell her that when you meet her. Because like we said, women don't know necessarily what you want just because they meet you. And a lot of women are willing to do anything for you when they want to be validated by you, when they in that pursuit, that chase. They willing to do a lot of things, and a lot of guys don't even know what they want the woman to do. And that puts women in a very confusing situation where they don't know what to do for a man out there. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. And going about that properly will help prevent this situation in the comments. Because a lot of times you guys have a woman and that's your woman, that's your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance, that should have never been in that position. You know what I mean? And then the other times, you just suck as what you're supposed to be. So one of those two things or a combination of the two. So that might rectify a lot of the issues is if you stop desiring for a specific woman to be your woman because she might not be it. And but you want her to be so bad that you'll put her in that position. And then she running out here slanging ass all around town.
And a lot of this comes from the fact of the way that men have been brainwashed. Men have been brainwashed to believe that they buy the diamonds, they get the girls. They get the money, give it to the women, they get the girls. That's not how this works. Mm-hmm. It ain't never gonna work that way. There's a difference between having sex with a woman and having a woman. There are a lot of women out here that will have sex with you for a fair exchange, but that does not mean they are gonna be loyal to you. It don't mean that they gonna be your woman. But if you want a woman to be your woman, she's gotta go through some tests with you for you to really know whether she down with you or not. And a lot of guys are they too fast, man. They see a woman and they desire that woman.
They gotta be vetted, man.
Well, I like that, vetted.
They gotta be vetted. And just because you like them doesn't mean like I have women that I deal with that I like I like you. But the vetting process shows me that you might not be the best to be my woman, though.
I'm gonna tell you like this: before I was in a relationship,
yeah,
there were a lot of women I loved to have sex with. A lot of women I could kick it with.
Yeah,
we could go out. We could have a great time.
Enjoyable people.
But wasn't no relationship necessary because they just weren't built for me like that. You know what I mean? Like they might have had certain things I liked, and we could get together and enjoy each other like grown-ass adults because I never stressed her out. She never stressed me out, these other women. And even to this day, if I wasn't in a relationship, or even since I've been in a relationship, there are women that will hit me up and say, hey, what you doing?
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying, like, it just happens. When you cool with chicks, regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not, you can't stop the inboxing from happening.
No.
It happens. Chicks will hit you up and say, hey, what you up to? Because they running into a rough patch what they do.
Yeah.
And now they looking for the guys in their life that made them happy.
That they know is not going to put them through what they going through.
Yep. And that's me.
And trust and believe, fellas, if you putting your woman through some BS, there's a good chance there's a guy out there that she knows I can hang out with this guy and just feel good. You don't want to leave that open like that.
And I'm gonna tell you this: women don't like to have sex with dudes that they think are weak.
Facts.
And the problem is when a woman gets in a relationship with an emotional man and a man becomes emotional and she don't even want to give him no ass anymore, she might stay in that situation for all the other reasons of the things the dude can provide, the money, the house, whatever, right? She's going to go have sex with another dude.
Because you're gross.
Because you're gross. She thought she got a man, but she got a woman, and she don't want to have sex with a woman. She wants to have sex with somebody that understands her nature. It is what it is. And somebody in one of the comments got on clean for the other video talking about, and actually this is going to be a question that comes up here later in the show. But we'll just kind of jump to it right now, and let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe we'll get blessed with the next question being it. Let me see. That's not it. Let's see. You can't be out here talking for men and you're out here disrespecting them. And this was the question in regards to the fact that you said you hit the chick in the lounge.
I hit old boy girl. Yeah.
While he was in the lounge with y'all in the bathroom. And he said a lot of dudes came on there saying you was disrespecting them.
First of all, I didn't know the dude. I'm disrespecting him. I don't even know you.
Because you hit his chick in the lounge.
Well, you know what? This is how I look, right?
Did you know it was his woman?
I knew that was his woman, right?
Because you was sitting with him.
Yeah, I knew that was his
Y'all took pictures together.
Yeah, these are facts.
He came with her, right?
He came with her. This was his woman.
I'm playing devil's advocate right here.
No, for sure, right?
Okay, so how did this happen?
But this is the thing. In every situation, some people deserve respect, some people don't, right? So if you're not doing what you need to be doing to keep your woman at home, do you deserve that respect from the other man? Do you? Like, if you're not doing what you're doing, if your woman is willing to sit next to you, kick it and have drinks, I'm sure he was paying for them, and then get up and go have sex with somebody else. You clearly can't be doing what you need to be doing at home. So do you deserve the respect of another man who is being what he's supposed to be as a man? I don't think so.
I'm going to tell you like this, and this is just my personal belief. I had a discussion. I don't know if the discussion was with you or who it was with. Might have even been with my girl. I said, man, look, if
I know what you're talking about.
if somebody can hit my girl, hit her and let me know. Shit, I ain't even gonna be mad at you. It just is what it is. Cause that wasn't my girl. You hear me?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in this situation, that dude was probably hurt. I don't know if he even ever found out. I mean, they probably broke up by now, and she done told him, yeah, I fucked that dude at the club that night.
I think she probably took that one to the grave.
Either way, what I'm saying is, it is what it is. Like, you know what? I know what the discussion was. The discussion was, if my homeboy's girl fucking hit on me,
Yeah.
what would I do? Like, if she wanted to smash, would I smash or not? And I'm kind of biased both ways on this. I see reasons not to. Like, here's the thing. If they're married, if it's some serious shit going on, hell no. And I'd have to let them know. But if this is just some little freaking leak from the streets that's been around for about 3 months,
Yeah.
I'm probably go ahead and then send them a picture.
And you know,
Just so, I mean, there's no confusion about what she is at that point.
and just for everybody to know, I respect the sanctity of marriage. I don't mess with married women. So even if, as a man, you not being something that's respectable to me, I still respect marriage. So I don't hit women with the rings on. You know, if you with your husband, you're safe. Now, you probably want to hit me, but I ain't going to do it because you're married. And then to get back to the comment is, man, at the end of the day, it's a competitive sport, man. If you are afraid of competition, you don't need to have a woman, because every day that she steps outside of that door, there's a man that wants to put penis in her. This is every single day. So that means if you're afraid of that happening to you, you're not even ready to step into the game. You need to go to practice, get some shots up your game, because you're not ready.
It's like when dudes desire fine women, but then get mad that other dudes attempt to hit on them. How could you possibly be like that? Like, you literally got to expect that a fine woman is going to get attention. You got to be comfortable with that. And if you ain't comfortable with that, she ain't going to be comfortable with you. You can't keep her under lock and key. You got to let her go do her. And I don't mean she got to go slut out in front of you or nothing like that, go do her. I just mean you got to let her be free to do what she want to do. If she want to go shopping, she want to go shopping. She go get hit on. That's what you want, is a fine woman. But the minute you get all emotional and jealous and try to tell her, "I'll stay in the house" and all this, you're not making her feel comfortable no more. You know what I mean?
And you're being insecure, which is a weakness, which is unattractive to her. You basically putting her in the next man's lap. So this comment, I say, you worry about the wrong thing, man. Like I said in the other comment, you should be getting your shit together to where you're not even worried about nothing like that. You realize that the next man who don't have his shit together wasn't supposed to have that woman anyway. Because when she comes out and she messes around, all that is her coming to the realization that he wasn't supposed to have me in the first place. That's all that is.
And also, I would like to say this real quick. As far as out here disrespecting men, the man disrespected himself. There was nothing out of the situation. 2 out of the 3 people did what made them happy. The only dude that wasn't making himself happy was probably that dude, and he might have been making himself happy. Who knows? But there's one thing for sure. He wasn't making her happy, because if he was making her happy, she wouldn't have ended up with this dude in the bathroom. That's a fact.
Big facts.
There had to be something that he wasn't doing for her to end up in the bathroom with clean.
Facts.
So he wasn't playing his role. He wasn't doing everything he needed to do. If he was being 100% perfect for her, it never would have happened.
And I like how you put that. You wasn't respecting yourself. You wasn't respecting yourself to be all that you can be.
And another thing about this comment right here is you expecting men to respect you. Where do you start expecting strangers to respect you? That's a big rule. We haven't really talked about much on this podcast because it doesn't necessarily play into relationships 100%, but it is something we talk about, is that you shouldn't expect anything from anybody. You expecting a man not to screw your gal just because you another dude? Nah, the world don't look like that. You expecting a woman not to cheat on you because for whatever reason, the world don't work like that. That's y'all believing in that fake love shit. That's y'all believing in the fake loyalty. Man, look, I'm telling you like this. Stop believing in these false concepts of love and things like that, because they only going to lead you down the wrong path. And now I'm not talking about love all the way across the board. There are different, there's in love, there's love that a man can give a woman, there's a woman loving her feelings. There are little finite nuances here that are very important to understand. The problem is even this comment talking about you should respect the other man. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
That was my first response to it. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't even know this dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like outside this lounge, this dude might be the biggest asshole you ever met in the world. And that's why as soon as they stepped into the lounge, the girl was ready to get away from him. But I'm just supposed to respect him because he's a man?
Man, I feel like everybody should respect themselves.
First.
Man, and listen, I wanted some of that ass.
You did what made you happy. She did what made her happy.
What can I put? Hey.
And you never know. At the end of the day, if you missed it, you missed it. I don't even know what to say. Hey, that was funny as shit, boy. I'm turning red than a bitch. I wish the camera wasn't even on for that. Oh, man. Hold on a second, boy. It's getting hot up in here. Anyways, you never know. He might have went home happy at the end of the day.
Shit.
He might have went home happy, got here some action too, and guess what? They might be
probably because it was real short. It was real short. She probably needed some more when she got home.
You know, it is what it is. Like, you never know. It might have made a great night for them. They might have conceived a kid afterwards, or possibly had his kid. You never know.
No, that didn't happen.
That would have been the end of the relationship at that
I
point.
tell you, that didn't happen. She got some butt cheek babies. It wasn't that type of party.
Hey, butt cheek babies. Hey, let's hashtag butt cheek babies when you see this video. Let's go ahead and jump over to the next question real quick. We got to go back a little ways and find where we were at. All right, we already did that one. Let's see. Nah, ain't no way you're in a happy relationship believing your significant other is incapable of loving you. You're in a complacent relationship. Man, I'm going to tell you like this, and this is directed towards me because I left a comment underneath the video, women can't love men. The truth of the matter is, man, I'm in the greatest relationship I've ever been in my life as far as a committed relationship. And since before we can even say we was in a relationship, I was telling him, I'm like, you don't love me. So, you know, and a lot of guys look at that as a bad thing. Like, I'm missing out on something. I'm missing out on the fairy tale that y'all been fed by Disney movies. Yeah. Like, we benefit each other, and it's not some made up shit. I mean, that's really what it is my girl realizes that she's got to provide me with what I need to be happy, or I'm not going to be with her. And I need to provide her with certain things that make her feel stability, peace, and security, or I'm not going to be with her. And I tell her all the time, look, you do whatever makes you happy. If you want to walk, I'm not saying there aren't stressful times in our relationship. I'm just saying we understand what it's built on. And I tell her things like this. If she comes up to me, and I know a lot of women are going to have some bad comments about this, she'll come up to me and maybe have a complaint, and it might be a serious complaint. I'll tell her, look, I'm not willing to sacrifice my happiness. So if you want to go see other people, you want to do other things, feel free to step out. You know, go move on. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to hold you here. I'm not going to fight you to stay. I'm not going to do none of that. And I didn't mean step out like step out and come back. I meant like roll on. Shit, go be happy. Yeah. If you can find something that makes you more happy, feel free to do that. And I don't ask her to stop doing things for me. You know what I'm saying? We just naturally fit. And the day she realizes if either one of us aren't happy, we should not be in a relationship together. You know what I mean? We're not going to sacrifice who we are individually to make this shit work.
Yeah.
We both got a role to play. We play our roles, and it works, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not this imaginary fairy tale, all women just love men and till death do us part vows. That can exist if you find the right one. But early in a relationship, that's not what it's about. You know what I mean? So.
And I don't know if you're gonna agree with this,
ahead.
but
I might not.
This is what I believe you're saying. This is it's not that you shouldn't make any changes to any of your behavior. You shouldn't make any changes that will be a sacrifice in happiness.
For sure.
Now, if it's something that you know what, I don't mind that. And if that's something that will make you happier and it makes me no difference, then yeah, I'm willing to do that because I want you to be happy. But if it's something that's going to sacrifice your happiness to do, that means that obviously y'all not good for each other.
And I want to elaborate right here, bring two concepts together. The first is the fact that, and this is something Clean brought up in the last podcast, is the fact that when the bad starts to outweigh the good, the relationship dies.
Yeah.
So if you have more bad times than good times, it's not good. another thing is when you start chipping away at your happiness to make somebody else happy, that exposes those gaps that we talk about. And if your gaps get too big enough, it creates a situation where somebody else can fall into the relationship and break the relationship up. And so you don't ever want to sacrifice what makes you happy, not for yourself, but for the benefit of your partner. Because let's say my woman starts saying stuff to me like, yo, I don't want you to go out to the club at night. Okay, now I have a choice to make. She might make me extremely happy, but I'm not making her happy, right? So now I got to stop going to the club just to stay with the chick that makes me happy already, just to make her happy. I don't want to do that though, because the minute I stop going to the club, I might meet another chick who don't give a fuck about me going out. You know what I mean? It makes me completely happy. That chick will be better to me than the chick who's asked me to start sacrificing my happiness. So even for her, it's a benefit that I don't stop going to the club, because it creates those gaps in the relationship. I don't know if people can follow me through that right there, what I was saying, but when you start changing for a woman and start losing the things that make you happy, trying to please her, that creates gaps for another woman to come in and steal you away.
Yeah.
And you might be perfectly happy with the chick you with. Might be kind of complicated to follow right there.
Nah, that's facts.
But it is what it is. I mean, let me put it like this. And this might be easier for the fellas to understand. Let's say you got a woman right now that makes you happy. I'm talking about she do all the nasty things. She pay all the bills, everything. But you love to play NBA 2K. That's your shit every day. That's all you want to do when you get home. Everything else gravy. If that girl says, I don't want you to play the game no more, she just done put you in a tough spot because she making you choose between the one thing that makes you happy besides her. And you might say, you know what? I'll give this a try just because I like you that much. Problem is, you really like playing the game. So now there's a big gap in your relationship because you don't get to do the thing you want. She don't even realize this though. She thinks she just getting what she want, but what she really do is setting herself up to lose you.
Nah, that's
because
I got a story that I'm not gonna tell.
Because in a minute when the girl comes by that also does the thing she does, but lets you play the game, you out of there because you can get your happiness back, and she still do all the nasty things. So you might as well never have sacrificed it in the first place. And a lot of women out there, I'm sure, are gonna say, "Oh, does that mean not to compromise?" No, it doesn't mean not to compromise. Just don't compromise on your happiness.
Just don't compromise on your happiness. That's a big mistake.
Yeah, you can compromise on who do the dishes or, you know, certain little trivial shit like that. But when it comes down to like hanging out with your friends, man or woman, don't compromise. You know, whatever makes you happy, you should not compromise. There is a person out here that will love you for who you is, that will appreciate you for who you is. But once you start chipping away at, like people say, we don't want to give up our rights. We slowly start giving up our rights. They just start to slip away. It's the same thing with your happiness. I know y'all know there are vampires out there that suck the happiness out your life.
Yep.
We've all had them before, trust me.
Hey, and I want to, this is addressing the last comment, but nobody, like when you say we're talking down on men or against men, but we're talking for men but being against them, look, trust and believe that everybody has been that sucker before. You know what I mean? I ain't come out the womb like this. I didn't come out with knowledge on these things. I was watching Disney just like y'all was. I'm thinking I'm supposed to be the knight in shining armor. I'm in relationships where I'm looking like, man, it seems like I'm doing everything that a woman could possibly want. Well, that's because I'm listening with my ears instead of actually looking at life, because life doesn't hide the truth from you. You out there and you look and you'll see women behaving as exactly how you want a woman to behave for you, and you look at the guy that she's behaving this way for, and it ain't matching up, and you're like, dude, I'm such a better guy than this dude is. No, you're really not. You're just doing the things that you thought that you were supposed to do.
It's like when they say, good girls like bad guys. And that's confusing to a lot of guys because they believe the brainwashing that they've seen all their life in the Hollywood movies and whatnot. And they don't it's not the fact that the dude is bad that she likes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's the other things that he's providing. She would love to be able to get that with a guy that's not a bad guy, but it doesn't really exist out there like that.
Yeah, it's very rare. That's the thing. It's very rare. And that goes back to why some girls stay with dudes that are overly aggressive or a little violent, you know what I mean? Or will choke a girl every once in a while. Because of the truth of the matter is, some women, a large majority of women like to be dominated to a certain point. And a lot of good guys are not willing to do that.
Facts. Y'all don't even want to grab her by the neck in the bedroom.
I'm telling
And
you.
I'm telling you for a fact she wants that. She definitely,
You can go on TikTok and see a lot of that.
she definitely wants that. You don't want to smack
Hashtag
that
choke.
ass. She wants you to smack that ass. You in there, you don't want to hit it. Listen, fellas, they just want a man, bro. They just want a man. They don't want all that soft Prince Charming shit. They don't want that. They want the Black Knight. You know what I'm saying? They want the one that come in and, boy, please don't misunderstand this. I'm not telling you how to do this. But they want the one from the fairy tale. I'll give you an example.
I don't know where we're going with this, but it's already in.
And I don't know, a lot of the viewers may be too young to remember this cartoon. But Popeye, right? He had olive oil. But he was always fighting with Brutus over olive oil. You probably never thought about it like this. But the reason he was fighting with Brutus over olive oil is because olive oil was always going off with Brutus. She wanted that brute that comes, snatch her by her hair, and say, bring your ass home, olive oil. Popeye was trying to be the hero dude, and she can't help what she's attracted to. So Popeye was the better guy. She was always running her ass off with Brutus.
No doubt.
I'm Brutus. Next question.
Now, let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Keep this party moving. Let's see. Damn, I want the book, but $300? Sheesh. All right, so what we talking about right here? Blueprint of a King, Royal Compass at royalcompass.com.
I don't think that you can look at the book and say $300, sheesh. I think it's because you're comparing it to the typical book that you see, right? That doesn't provide the value. So I think you have to look at the value and say, for what I'm getting, is this a high price? For what you're getting, this is not a high price at all. In fact, you go out on a weekend and spend $300 and you didn't get anything but drunk. Probably didn't even get no pussy. So it's really not that high of a price. You pay it once and you have it for life, and you actually change your life. You could stop spending those $300 on the weekend and actually get some pussy sometimes.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. You can look through any video on this channel for the most part, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, anywhere, and you will see guys say, I wish I knew this 20 years ago. I wish I knew this stuff 5 years ago. I wish I knew this before I married my wife. Because the truth of the matter is, if you don't understand the nature of a woman, you will not be able to keep her. So a lot of guys out here spending all sorts of money, time, effort getting in relationships with women out here, only to find out years down the road that they didn't have the right foundation. Guys out here spent $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 courting women, marrying women on marriages, buying houses with women, only to get divorced and lose half of everything because they didn't understand how to build a foundation with a woman or nurture a relationship with a woman correctly. So when you talk about $300 in the grand scheme of things, it's less than a dentist visit most of the time. They have knowledge that will save you money for the rest of your life. And if $300 ain't enough to invest in understanding how to nurture a relationship with the person who might have to raise your child one day, you just don't understand the value of things. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
And boy, for anybody, which I know a lot of us have, anybody that has experienced the heartbreak of being in a situation where you thought this woman loved you and all of these things, anybody that's experienced that knows for sure that you would have paid much more than $300 to take that pain away.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and it just is what it is. I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm open to it, but look, I'm gonna tell you who ain't on child support around here. Not me.
I'll tell you who else ain't on it. Not me.
So if you out there, and I'm not saying this shit gonna keep you off child support, but what I'm telling you is this book right here that we have, that $300 book, whether you in a marriage, whether you just have a baby mama out here, whether you got kids out here, you got a son out here, no matter what if you just dating out here, this book will pay for itself time and time again.
That's a very good point.
It will pay for itself time and time again. Every situation you go through for the rest of your life, this book will pay for itself time and time again. We had a lot of debate before we put this book out what the price would be. And there were prices up there around $1,500. And the only thing I regret about this book is just calling it a book. I think we should have called it a course.
Yeah.
Because I think there's some psychology behind paying for a course that makes it a little bit easier to swallow. But the truth of the matter is, it's a book. You get a lifetime membership to our Royal Compass PKS membership over on the site, where we put some blog posts up every week. We do audio podcasts, things of that sort, some MP3s that go along with the book that you can listen to, extra discussions and whatnot.
That's a very good point that you made about not being on child support, because I know for a fact that had I not know this information that I know now, and I was unable to keep my emotions in check the way that I can now, I would 100% be on child support.
Facts. You'd be surprised, man. I can't go into detail on this podcast, right? If you join if you get the book and become part of our PKS community, it'd be something I can divulge over there. There are a lot of situations and a lot of things women will put up with if you understand what's in this book. If you at home right now and you sitting back and you saying, yo, my girl don't listen to shit I'm saying or she don't respect me, you need to have the book. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I stretch the boundaries of a man's imagination when it comes to things that women put up with me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When you understand the concepts in that book, a woman will do anything you want her to do.
These are pure facts.
It's not even a joke. This is no lie. She will do anything you want her to do because she will feel like she has no choice.
She'll want to.
Yeah, she'll want to. And that's the one thing I try to tell the girls in the comments. It's not that we controlling them. It's that the book empowers men to be the leaders that are such strong leaders that understand women so much that a woman naturally wants to do everything you tell her. And you understand how to make that happen. It's not like control or force. It's just understanding women better than they understand themselves.
Hey, man, this is facts. I remember one time, me and a friend, we were eating brunch, and we were at the bar. And it was a older white woman. And I remember she was talking about her husband, who was a multimillionaire. And she was just talking about how she don't do shit that he say. And she said one day he asked her to bring him a napkin, and she made him a sandwich. And she told him, I don't know who I look like. Go get your own damn napkin. And I told her, you wouldn't have said that to me. And she said, I don't know who you think you are, but I was exactly what I would have said to you. And I explained to her how I would have handled that situation different than her husband, and told her how I would have handled that situation. And she looked at me and said, I would have gone and got you that napkin. I said, I know you would have. But if you just behave properly, they will want to do whatever it is that you want them to do. And this for the people that say it's about money. Her husband was a multimillionaire.
She wasn't willing to do nothing for him.
I didn't have nowhere near $1 million. 1 million. I have nowhere near it.
Well, with all that being said, RoyalCompass.com, pick up Blueprint of a King, The Pursuit of Excellence. Join our PKS community. Get your name on the site. Get the book. This ain't an alpha male book. It ain't nobody else's book. This is the truth about women's nature and the keys to unlocking everything you got questions about when it comes to women. So,
and also about what you're supposed to be as a man.
For sure. Let's go ahead and jump into the next question real quick. You took off well but deviated. Women normally cheat out of selfishness, and besides, why cheat when you can stay single and do you? And for me, this was on the video talking about, letting women do what they need to do. When he says women normally cheat out of selfishness, we already said they appreciate selfishly. So if they're cheating on you, they're obviously not receiving something from you in the relationship, and they're seeking it out somewhere else. Or they ran in, like my boy Clean here said, they ran into something they couldn't resist that they weren't getting at home. With that being said, why cheat when you can stay single? Because women are better tuned to make sure they secure their resources than men are. They're not going to go be single and just date different dudes if they got a dude willing to give them 90% of what they want. They're going to go there and soak up all those resources and be with him because he does most of the things she needs. And then if he starts slacking off a little bit, she's going to stay there until she figures out how to replace those resources that she already has.
Women cheat out of selfishness. Yes, everyone cheats out of selfishness. You are, you're receiving
like,
something. You know what I'm saying? So they're definitely not doing it for somebody else. They're doing it for themselves. And you're thinking like a man. Why cheat when you can stay single? Let's get to biology. Biology, men can go out here and sex, and have 30 women pregnant at one time. Doesn't hinder their life in any type of way. But if a woman is jumping from man to man to man, she's and gets pregnant, that's 9 months out of her life where she's down. You know what I mean? So biologically, they weren't built with that thing in their brain to go out here and spread their seed because they don't have seed to spread. So they don't think like you think. You think, why not be single? Because that's just the biology of men and women that's kicking in there. She's not gonna want to do that. You know what I mean? Getting pregnant fucks up a lot for her. A woman pregnant, if it wasn't for government involvement, doesn't really mess up anything for you. You have 80 women pregnant at once. Nothing changes for you.
And women are always on the hunt for that one dude to take care of them. And that's too much effort for her to really put in. She don't want to do that. She don't want to be out here trying every dude. She really looking for the quickest way to the right one.
Yeah.
They do what they got to do, though. So if one ain't fit in the bill and she figures that out fast, she's going to go try to find the next one. But once they find what they think is the right one, which is what you know what? This is the funniest thing. And this is a little bit off the subject. There's very few guys that have problems getting women. Mm-hmm. It's not the getting the women part that's hard. It's what they do once they get the woman. Most dudes don't understand what it takes to keep the woman.
No doubt.
That's why you see a lot of guys out here. And this goes back to the desire, the physically fit, all that shit. There's a lot of guys out here that could be super muscular, all that stuff. They attract a woman, right? But they have no clue on how to keep a woman. So what ends up happening is that woman gets with him. She desires him physically. However, he doesn't understand her nature. He doesn't understand his role. All he is muscles. So once she figures that out and gets past that, she won't stick with him.
Yeah.
She'll roll on. And guess what? In her mind, she starts to build up a resistance that now all dudes with muscles ain't shit. You know what I mean?
And depending how bad off you are, it might not be that long before she realizes that, nope, this isn't right. Like,
I've seen it I've seen it the same night.
Yeah, no, it could be the same night. She chose you because like you said, it's not that hard.
We got a homeboy. We have a
no doubt.
I don't even want to say. We'll say we have a homeboy. We ain't talked to this fool in a couple years. This dude, if he had his mind right, could pull pretty much any chick. Period. I mean, he's got what most of the gals out here looking for superficially. You know what I mean? But the dude is the biggest lame you ever seen.
Like, I don't think y'all don't understand the life experiences that we have had. So when you guys say things, 9 times out of 10, we've already experienced it and know that that is not the case. When you say it's all about muscles, we know that it's not all about muscles. You know what I'm saying? Like, we neither one of us are very muscular. We know that it's not all about muscles. When you say it's all about money, it's been plenty of times where there was more money that was an option and we got chose. You know what I mean? So I could break you down so many stories that you probably wouldn't even believe because you aren't in a position mentally to have ever experienced this. But everybody can pull women. Because if you're a man, women are going to be attracted to you because you're a man. And that's what women are attracted to. The same way that you're attracted to women. For most guys, it doesn't take you much to be attracted to a woman. If you sit down and she's nice to you, that's pretty much all it's going to take for you. Women aren't much different, man. They're attracted to you because you're a man. So you'll lose them quick because they get around you and realize, oh, nope, this ain't as much a man as I thought it was.
All right, so let me put it like this, and this is something I want to bring up. A lot of guys will say, hey, let me see what chick you messing with. Let me see your girl, right? And my thing is, you don't understand the mindset that we coming from. The truth is, if it wasn't for this show, and if it wasn't for the book, and if it wasn't for the business behind this, I wouldn't care what you say. I don't have anything to prove to anybody out there. You know what I mean? The proof in the pudding, as far as what you need to know about what we're saying, is in the comments below these videos from the women that reply. A lot of people want to say things like, what's your experience? Where is your education in psychology to even be able to talk about these things? And I will say this, and this is something Clean will say, and he'll probably elaborate on this because we've had this discussion before. It comes from the hundreds and thousands of women that we have dealt with in our lives, that we've encountered, and what they tell us they don't like about their guys. And what we've seen guys do that screw up a whole bunch of relationships, that make relationships fail. A woman will sit out here and say, how do you know what I'm thinking? Are you a woman? No, but I've dealt with 1,000 of you. Literally 1,000 clones of you. And there's a set of similarities between every woman out there. And women and men have this naiveness to think, oh, we're all individually special. And you may be individually special. You guys are all different in little ways. But underlying all that, you guys have a lot of similarities. You guys all have lungs. You guys all have eyeballs. You guys all have nostrils. We all have to think. We have these brain processes that we go through. We need to eat every day and drink. It is what it is. And when it comes to the nature and biology of a woman, there are things across the board that 99% of women think and do. And because of all the women that we have dealt with together, apart, that we've encountered throughout life experiences in our lives, that's the experience.
And it's been a lot of them.
It's been a lot. And we're not talking average ass women.
Nah.
We're talking NFL players' wives. We're talking about chicks fucking with hoopers. We're talking about millionaires' wives. We're talking about the women you dream about. You pull out a Instagram model, you pull out a chick that runs a Fortune 500 business, all these things apply across the board.
Facts.
All the way down to the most basic woman you ever met in your life. So that's the experience. Or you can go learn it you can try to learn this from a guy that went to a 4-year college, paid for ass all his life because he makes $300,000 a year counseling failed relationships and that guy. Or you can learn from the guys who probably screwed his wife.
Facts.
Well, we don't screw married women, but you get what I'm saying there. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And the truth of the matter is if you believe, if you want the guys to sit up here on the comments and say, hey bro, hey MB, you couldn't have possibly hit anything fine in your life or anything like that or whatever because you bald, you ain't screwing women out here.
Listen, man.
You have no idea.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You have no idea.
And I can literally vouch for it. He done pull some very nice ones. Very nice. I could think about one of the chicks that he was messing with right now. I still want to hit her. And I still plan on it. Like, she that nice. This was years ago, and I'm still like, my boy, when I catch you, girl, we done had some nice ones, sir. So whoever say that, you know what I'm saying, you bald or you got some gray in your beard or whatever. Clean,
or you 315.
Clean your ears stick out. Hey, look, man, I know somebody that like it. I know that much. Don't
And we saying this not in defense of ourselves. We saying this because we trying to make you aware of the fact that these aren't the things that women are valuing.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the value. You know what I'm saying?
And you yourself, whatever you look at in the mirror and you say, man, these bitches don't like me. Trust me, it's not as important to them as it is to you. So I'd say don't worry about it and just get your mental and your mentality correct because that's more what they're attracted to than anything.
The other stuff can be made happen. Like, that's one of the things, like, you gotta understand. You can change your fashion. You know what I mean? You can change a lot of things about yourself that probably could be improved on. But you need to up your confidence. You get too stuck in this rut of thinking what you think is important is what she thinks is important. That's one of the reasons we tell people to get the book, so you can understand what's truly important, how they tick. Not what you think works, but what we know that they think works.
And a lot of this stuff, and this is just facts, a lot of this stuff is they're not even aware that they're drawn to. They just are. You know what I mean? Like, a woman might tell you she wants a guy that she wants the knight in shining armor. She's been watching them same Disney movies that you grew up on.
And we say it all the time. Don't ever listen to what comes out her mouth when it comes in regards to what makes her happy. She don't know what she wants. Ask a woman what she wants to eat right now. I bet you it takes her 35 minutes to probably figure it out. And she still will regret her choice.
And change her mind 30 times on it. But you could ask a woman what she wants, and then you can show her 12, 13 dudes that she's known in her life that were ready and willing to provide just what came out of her mouth.
And she still left their ass.
Didn't even give them a chance. She didn't even give those people a chance. Those were the, ew, gross. Those were the, I don't know about him. So a lot of this stuff is subconscious. They're subconsciously drawn to. And man, just without vast experience, you may not ever know this stuff. You know what I mean?
And that's one of the reasons we tell you can't go off what she says. Because the stuff we gonna teach you and show you and the stuff we talk about in the show and the way you have to understand all these concepts is not something she's gonna acknowledge. That's why in the beginning of the book it says don't talk to women about what you learning in here.
Yeah.
Because they're going to disagree with you. They're going to say that ain't right. You're going to be like, yes, it is. You shouldn't ever argue with a woman. It ain't your place to argue with her. When she tells you this is how she wants something, she's telling you because that's how she feels at that moment. And the thing you got to realize about a woman is she ain't going to feel like that 10 minutes from now.
Feelings change.
So if you go off what she talking about, you're going to be lost.
Big loss.
And that's why there's a lot of women that watch our videos and leave comments. They say, you know what? I never thought about that, but that makes so much sense. It does make sense because it's facts. But she would never think about it that way because she's constantly changing and evolving. You know what I mean? And that's why we say you got to be a leader for her. Because if you, and some women are going to be offended by this, if you allow a woman to lead herself, she'll run circles all day long. You don't know where she's going to end up. You'll ask your girl, hey, what you going to go do today? What you got planned? I don't know. I'm going to run here and do this. And then next thing you know, she's doing some whole other shit. Don't make no damn sense.
Boy, and if you allow her to lead you, you be running your ass in circles right along with them.
Big old figure eights, you hear me? Not knowing where you going to end up at. That's what a lot of guys do. And she'll tell you that ain't true. She'll tell you, no, I know how to lead myself. Okay, well, she ain't in the right relationship yet, is she? How many relationships has she went through? She went through a whole bunch of relationships thinking they were going to work, but they didn't because she couldn't lead herself to the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's going to be a lot of arguments and comments and whatnot. Feel free to shoot the comments off. That's what the videos are made off of. We appreciate it. Comments are better. You know what I mean? But men, it's your position to be the leader. But until you know how to lead, you'll never do it correctly. And you can't lead by asking her what she wants. That's like, think about it like this. Does the general go into basic training and ask the brand new recruits how to run his army? No.
Hell no.
It would never happen. We would have the worst military ever. So you can't let a woman tell you how to lead ever at all. That's something you got to already bring to the table. And unfortunately, with all the people out there with shitty ass fathers or single mothers raising them, they never learn this stuff. They just take what they've seen on TV and think that's how I'm supposed to act with a woman. And that's why you end up in failed relationships. And that's why we got the book, Blueprint of a King, to lay it out. It's the greatest book for every male out there 16 years of age or older.
Man, and the key word is king, man. So if you worried about if it's okay to lead and all that, man, it's Blueprint of the King. The king ain't worried about that. The king just leads and does what he needs to do.
For his kingdom. He ain't worried about nobody else's kingdom. He's worried about his kingdom and the people in his kingdom.
Facts.
That's his responsibility, not nobody outside. I have this discussion with my gal a lot of times. It's none of our business what's going outside our kingdom, unless it's going to affect us. Then it's our business. We ain't the type of people, we ain't all in everybody else's business. It ain't none of our business, unless it affects us. And all these things are covered, and we'll cover them here on the channel as well. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. We got a couple more to go. Busy night tonight. 2 more I think we got. Let's go ahead. Last one's a doozy too, bro. All right, here we go. It's not this one. It's the next one. Stop blaming men when women go batshit crazy or cheat or whatever else. I'm going to let you just dig into this one, bro. You hear me?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by batshit crazy, but I'm not blaming men for the way they respond to something, because every person's character is different, right? So I may respond to anger one way, he may respond to anger a different way. So I can't blame you for how she responds to your bullshit. But what I'm telling you is that you provided some bullshit for her to respond to. So when we say that it's your fault the relationship didn't work, that's facts. Now, I said this before. If you were driving her batshit crazy and she stabbed you in the neck, I'm not blaming you for her stabbing you. She could have handled that differently. But I am blaming you for fucking that relationship up because you were the leader. How can you blame somebody who's not the leader for the direction that the ship went? Ship went the way that the captain steered it. Blaming you for her cheating, well, everything is different situations. You may have just had a stone cold slut. I doubt it, because that's a rare thing. Just like the unicorn is rare, on the opposite end of the spectrum, that's rare. Chances are you just wasn't what you were supposed to be. And how can you blame her for finding something else?
99% of men are at fault for the failures in their relationships. That's what we talking about.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of people have taken that video and kind of twisted the words around to say, hey, this dude's bashing us men. No, I'm telling you that you have the power, almost the absolute power to control the direction of the relationship. And a lot of guys don't want that. Like this guy right here in these comments is saying, blame the woman, blame the woman. What you're saying is she controlled your relationship.
She got the power.
She got the power. That's what this guy's comment means. He might not think that's what he's saying, but that's what he's saying. That the woman had the power and she ruined the relationship. What I'm here to say is unequivocally that's false. He didn't assume his power in the relationship, didn't know the power that he had or he can have as a man in the relationship, and he allowed the relationship to fail because he didn't understand how to nurture that relationship. He nurtured it incorrectly. So he was still the leader, but he led it down the wrong path because he doesn't even understand that he's in control of it.
You led that shit wrong, bro. You let it. She did follow your lead, regardless of how it ends up and how it goes. She followed your lead. If you have a toxic relationship, it's because you led that situation that way. You have a wonderful relationship, it's because you led that situation that way. She's gonna behave the way that she should behave for you. And if you not somebody that she should behave properly for, she's not gonna behave properly for you.
And
that's your fault.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now. that attitude you got about stop blaming men and blame the women, you probably blamed your girl in the relationship for all your failures. Because that's what you're doing right here. That's what you're saying that we should stop doing, basically. You're saying stop blaming men, blame the women. That's a bad mindset to have from the leader. Blame the followers for the leadership not going the right way. That's a real bad, that's some horrible things right there. It's no wonder she wanted to get away from you if that was you.
Man, it's just...
Let me ask you a question. After she went batshit crazy on you and went and cheated on you, while she was with that dude, do you think she was going batshit crazy with him?
No, she wasn't.
While she was giving him all her goodies? No, she was over there worshiping that man because he doesn't give her the problems you do. And I'm not trying to be too hardcore right here, just facts.
I mean, it is what it is. That should be the catchphrase. We need to make "it is what it is" t-shirts.
Shit, that's been my catchphrase for 5 years.
It is what it is, fam.
Rich gang in the house. It is, man, I'm going to tell you, we're going to come out with the Royal Compass store here and start having some shirts out here with these phrases on it. Because the truth of the matter is, this is, let me tell you guys this. This is the most frustrating thing right here, is the guys that get in here and say, blame the women. How weak is you?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this guy. I'm saying for all the guys that say it. Matter of fact, let me take this comment off real quick while I say this. I don't even want to sound like I'm singling this guy out.
Get his ass off of there.
There's a lot of guys who come on this channel and say women are to blame. I'm going to tell you this. You in control of your kingdom. If you let somebody in your house and they treat you like shit in your house, you to blame for allowing somebody that you didn't vet into your house. That's why people do shit like background checks and vetting and don't allow strangers in their house. And like we said in the beginning of this podcast, a woman got to prove herself to me. I can't just give you a title.
Hell no.
There ain't no time where I can just say you my woman. It just is or it isn't over time. And I think Clean said, you can never just be my woman. You just...
I'm never going to desire that you be my woman. If you are my woman, you already was my woman when I met you. So you're going to just be it. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of men don't let that play out. They meet her. Ooh, I like her. Ooh, she... I think it's a lot because a lot of you guys don't get enough pussy. So yeah, somebody throw you some. Oh shit, I want her. You know what I mean? And I think that's where you guys mess up, man. Like, you can't come out here trying to make every woman that you deal with and every woman that's willing to have sex with you and that you like, quit wanting her to be your woman, because you messing up anyway from the rip that way. And then when you get out here and then you being all emotional over her behaviors that don't line up with what you saw for your woman, well, that's because that one never was your woman. You shouldn't have put her in that position because her actions don't line up to that. So now you're out here being all emotional. You don't want her to go to the club. You want her, all of these other things. You don't like the dress that she likes to wear. Her shorts are too short. You want her to cover them titties up when she like to wear them titties out. If that's all stuff that you like, you should have vetted your situation better. Now you're being emotional. Now she wants to get the fuck away from you. And she's looking for somebody better that better fits her, which she should do.
I'm going to say this too real quick, and this on a whole nother subject, and I know this is going to bring up all sorts of comments. Y'all need to look at marriages different. You hear me? Let me tell you like this, and this is just coming from my personal standpoint here. A lot of you guys run out and want to marry these women, and I'm going to tell you like this. As far as I'm concerned, ain't too many benefits to it. Real talk. Now, if you dying and you need health insurance, so you marrying a woman who's working, I feel you. But outside that, there ain't no benefits. And I'm talking about the court system marriage in the United States. Keep them people out your damn business and don't give away half of everything you worked your life for just because she gave you some ass. You hear me? There is no benefit to a man to get married. At the end of the day, divorces are happening. And most of you guys don't even know how to nurture a relationship with a woman anyways. So you're setting yourself up for failure to get literally taken for half your stuff. That may sound real personal. I've never been through a divorce. I just want you to know, just from an objective standpoint here, don't do it to yourself. You hear me? And here's the thing. If you run into a girl and she's talking about, I'm going to leave you if you don't marry me, she ain't love you anyways. She never loved you in the first place.
That's one of them girls from the earlier comment. Scheming?
Yeah,
She's scheming.
She was scheming. So when a woman tells you that, just be like, okay, whatever. Don't say nothing. Just act like you didn't hear it. Ask if she want, don't ask her shit. Just act like you didn't hear it.
And that's something that y'all need to learn how to do, man. Y'all need to learn how to ignore some of the shit that you don't like. It'll help keep you from being emotional and all these things that make your woman run to me in the first place. Listen, if anything that I don't like don't even get acknowledged.
And I'll tell you this, when a woman learns that you will not acknowledge shit you don't like, if a woman comes to you and says something that's really important to her, like, I wanna get married, you need to marry me, and then you act like that just went over your head and it didn't even matter to you, two things happen here. First, she realizes you're not gonna be swayed by that argument because you just literally acted like you didn't hear it. And second of all, she questions herself now. She's like, he didn't even care enough about me to even acknowledge that.
Listen,
that thing right there.
you come in and say that to me, I'm going to say, girl, you got a nice ass, and walk out the room.
Total deflection.
I walk out the room.
With a compliment.
Ooh, that ass do something to me. Boom, gone, out the room. I didn't even acknowledge that shit didn't happen. She's standing there feeling confused. She's offended and complimented at the same time. She don't know what the hell going on. I'm gone. I'm out of there. I done went in the bathroom, take a shit. Fuck that. Y'all need to learn how to stop stressing over shit, stop being emotional. And I mean that. That's something I do for everything that I don't like. You got a problem with something I do? Hey, have you played too much damn 2K? Since that's a scenario that we used.
Yep. I'm just going to keep on playing it.
Look here. That goddamn dress looks so good. Put my headphones back on and keep playing. Fuck that. And I don't even see her no more.
We're not arguing or anything. It's very hard for somebody to argue with you when you don't argue back. People don't like being toxic by themselves.
You ain't got to acknowledge. You ain't got to argue, man. That's the worst thing you could do. Cut it out. Why would you argue with a woman? That ain't what they here for. They ain't here for us to argue with.
Another thing is, think about this. It's a statistic that gets brought up all the time on the channel. 80% of marriages, the divorce is initiated by the woman, right? So if you're a man that believes that, why get married? Because 4 out of 5 times, the woman's going to be the one that initiates the divorce.
Yeah.
Which means she didn't know what she wanted when she wanted to get married. Otherwise, she wouldn't be 4 out of 5 times willing to divorce the man. That's how much they mess up. Only 1 out of 5 times does the man actually divorce the woman. Which means when she got up there on the stand and said, I'm going to be with you for the rest of your life through thick and thin, 4 out of 5 times, it's the woman who fails at that.
And that also illustrates a point.
Don't listen to shit she got to talk about. Because don't
Big
believe
facts.
nothing.
But it also illustrates the point that they don't fucking love you. You know why they initiate? Because I'm not in disagreement with any of the men that say women be acting batshit crazy. These are facts, they do. But the reason that your woman could be batshit crazy and you not the one that divorces is because you love her. The reason that she divorces, she don't fucking love you. And she's probably not even doing really shit, much of nothing wrong except for just being a sucker. That's enough for her. You know what? I don't like this sucker no more.
And I got access to his stuff now that we married.
Big sucker.
And we got some kids together, so I'm getting the alimony and child support. Let me tell you, don't get married. And here's the thing. I tell my girl this all the time. The girl I'm with now, the one that I say I'm in the happiest relationship I ever been in. She want to get married, and I tell her, not for me. And she even told me, she didn't came out, she didn't said, we can get a prenup or whatever. And you know what? I somewhat find that mildly entertaining at that point. I just don't know the legal nuances to it to know if I still want it. There might still be a lot of downfalls to even having a prenup. I don't know.
For sure.
Because the truth is, I'm not interested in doing it. And guess what? We still together. She ain't left or nothing because I do everything I'm supposed to do. It don't matter. And she, to her face, a lot of y'all gonna say, I can't believe she's in a relationship with you. That's because you ain't never met a person like this. You ain't never ran into a dude that keeps it 100 with you and tells you the truth at all times. You run into guys, the women out here run into guys that are pathological liars, that try to fake like they something they ain't, that have no confidence. They don't even know what they're doing with themselves. They run around in circles. All sorts of issues. They're not in control. So I don't expect most women out there right now to understand anything I'm talking about, nor do I care if they do understand anything I'm talking about, because this ain't for them. This is for the dudes out there. You know what I mean? This is between me and every guy out there, and between Clean and every guy out there that we're talking to. We do have a book coming out called Free Your Heart, which will be towards women, but these videos right now are not, for the most part. So I don't care what she says when it comes to stuff like that. She's welcome to her opinion. I listen to her. I acknowledge her opinion. But I have to make the best decision for my kingdom at the end of the day. She resides in my kingdom. I make the best decision for that. But that also includes myself.
Nah, for sure.
You know, that includes myself, her kids, my kids, all the kids involved. Anybody in my kingdom, down to the fucking dog. I make the best decisions for that.
Yeah.
And that don't mean we don't have times where she want to say something or whatnot. I just don't get emotional with her. I don't play the role that a lot of guys out here are playing.
I think a lot of people see this or misunderstanding what we're saying as chauvinistic. You know what I mean? That's not the case. We're not telling men to step on the woman's throat in no type of way. We're telling them, listen, you can make your woman happy. This is how you do it. So don't misunderstand what we're saying. I'm all for women. I said it before, I said it again. I love y'all with all my heart. You hear me? I would satisfy all of y'all if I could, but I'm only one man. So I'm trying to share this knowledge with other people so they can help satisfy some of y'all. Because I'm only one man, I get spread thin.
I will say this, though.
You know what I'm talking about?
I will say this. Regardless of what it sounds like I told y'all at the beginning of this podcast, my woman is free to do whatever she wants to do. But the one thing she will never expect from me, because I told her this from the very rip of our relationship, is I'm not going to sacrifice my happiness for her at all.
Nor should you.
And she shouldn't either. So I'm going to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to protect my happiness. And if that means at the end of the day that we ain't supposed to be together, that's cool. And I'm not mad at that. I'm comfortable with women coming in and out my life because I realize I'm looking for the perfect one, not the one I got to settle for. And I don't expect a woman to settle for me. If I'm not making you happy, you got to do what makes you happy. And if that's another guy you want to be with, shit, more power to you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he must be one hell of a guy.
And there's nothing toxic about that. People think that's toxic. You know what I'm saying?
That's the opposite of toxic.
That's the exact opposite.
That keeps from having a toxic situation.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. After I met my girl, but through our phone conversations and when we first started talking, I told her, I said, I'm looking for a woman to follow me. I ain't looking to follow no woman. I'm a man. I'm a leader. Can you follow? Straight up. I told her just like that. And she told me, she said, shit, if you can do what you say you can do, I'm willing to follow you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of women you ask right now, will they follow you? And they will say no. And you will still try to be in a relationship with her.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys out here. Not me. I don't, you might be good for some. I'm sure there's a lot of things you good for, but it ain't to
Like
be
what?
My girl.
Like what?
Whatever I need, shit. You want to watch my dog while I go out of town? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I'm going to tell you guys like this, man. One of my situations was I was dating this chick, right? She didn't have a lot of friends, and she wanted to go out of town. I'm not a big club guy. I go, but I don't do any drugs. I don't drink. I don't do anything like that, man. Every once in a while, I've gotten tore up on very specific occasions. But we went out of town. I knew she would have a lot more fun if she had some female friends to go with us. So I asked, I said, you want some people to go? I can get some people to go. But because of the way I conduct myself, the people that ended up going were actually two of my exes. You heard two of the girls that I messed around with, for whatever reason we chose to move on. But I'm still cool with them because I didn't burn that bridge. I didn't act all emotional like a little punk and nothing like that. And these women was like, yeah, we down to go. So I took all three of them out. My new gal, the two other chicks I messed with, three absolutely beautiful, bad women. And we all went down to the Lake of the Ozarks, had a great time. I got to see all sorts of naked bodies. You know what I'm saying? And it was wonderful. And that may sound extreme to you guys, but it's not extreme to me because guess what? Women feel comfortable around me. I can take my girl out and sit up in a hotel room with two other chicks in there that get butt naked in front of me, changing clothes and all that. And guess what? Women ain't worried about me because I'm 100. I'm honest. I tell the truth. I ain't got to fake the funk. They know I'll be open about whatever I be on. And that might sound like a stretch. You guys might think I'm lying. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And
these was bad chicks.
you might think that I'm just lying too, but I know about this. This has actually happened. These is facts that he's speaking.
It was 4th of July, like 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. Maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, 2019, 2018. But it's just one of those things. Most of you guys couldn't get another girl to go out with your girl, let alone one of your exes.
Shit, let alone two.
That's a trifecta right there. You hear me?
And especially these two.
Yep. But this is facts. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want y'all to think nothing about it. I don't want y'all to think less about me. What I want y'all to realize is I'm about people having a good time, doing whatever they want. I didn't force this to happen. I just want everybody to have a good time. And I'm not jealous of it. I'm not jealous of nobody. I promote 100% happiness around me. And if you learn the things we're talking about, situations like this, whether you want to be in a committed relationship like I am now, or you want to be out here dating 5 chicks at once.
Like I am now.
This is all relevant, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's got value to everybody, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and jump into the last one right here we got. This is a larger one. It's going to block me out for a second as well as clean. So let's read through this. This was a comment that a guy left. It says, all right, here we go. It starts at the bottom. Yep, went above and beyond for my ex, bought her a car, bought groceries, paid her rent almost every month, let her do her own thing because she wanted, gave her space when needed, gave support when needed, helped her get out of an abusive relationship, and much more. Want to know how I got thanked for it? She cheated on me while I was in the hospital after an attempt at suicide. She didn't bother to visit, barely, talked to me the whole time. She said that he was too clingy and she left a week later after he attempted suicide. First of all, you did too much. You tried to save her. She was in an abusive relationship with a dude she wouldn't leave, all right? And you tried to save this girl. And then you did everything for her. She didn't even want to leave the dude. And not only that, afterwards you tried to kill yourself.
Which means that you must have been very emotional.
Very emotional.
Which is a big turnoff.
Extreme turnoff. And you were probably so emotional because you did all these things for a girl that didn't deserve it, and you expected her to be loyal to you, to care about you, to love you. And we say it all the time, women don't love you.
And to go back to what you just said not too long ago, you can't have expectations of another person. You can't have expectations of another person. You're not in their mind.
She don't love you. So the minute she knows that you're willing to kill yourself, she's already looking for somebody else.
It's time to move the fuck on.
She thinks you gonna be gone tomorrow. So she's already scouting out new talent. That's why she left you a week after you was in the hospital. And obviously she was, it is what it is.
And man, don't be all hurt because you tried to kill yourself and then she left you 2 weeks after. Like, damn. She just understand that she didn't love you in the first place, bro.
And understand, ain't no woman gonna love you.
None of them.
Not because of you, because they can't.
So when you make a situation where there's nothing to be gained, she about her. And it's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. She about her.
I will tell you this, though, and this is where you got a chance here, my friend. This is the best thing that you got going for you, is the fact that all these things you did for her prove that you can do things for a woman, right? The only issue you have is you doing that shit for a woman that don't deserve it. A woman that hasn't proven herself to you. You still a man. You still a leader. You still can be that guy, but you need to approach your situation differently. You don't do things for women that haven't proven themselves to you. That woman was in a relationship with a dude and you probably felt bad for her. The issue was you went out there and tried to save her. You know what I mean? She needs to make her own decisions for herself. She needs to chase you, not you chase her. You know what I mean? And due to the fact that you said you went and got her out that relationship, obviously you rescued her. There's some women that don't want to be rescued out here.
It's facts.
That don't want to be rescued. And the other thing is, you only hearing her side of the story. You didn't hear his side of the story. She could tell you whatever she want to tell you to make him look bad. A lot of women do that. They'll come out of a relationship and blame everything terrible on the guy and never acknowledge nothing they did wrong at all.
That's what they gonna do.
100% lying to deny.
That's
Very first video
do.
on our TikTok. Anything to protect their feelings.
That's what they gonna do every time, man. Cause
it's like we said, it's not necessarily that women don't do messed up things. Women are capable of doing messed up things. She just probably told you what she wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, man. And then what was the last part? She said he was too clingy.
He was too clingy.
Hey, man, it sounds like, it's already been broken down to you a lot of where you went wrong. Like, that just is what it is. That may not seem to you as a valid reason, but unless you are interested in men, it don't matter what you think is a valid reason. It matters what women think is a valid reason. So you have to understand women. And I'm telling you that all women are like this. So if the majority of women, and when I say majority, I mean like 99.8, 99.9% of women are this way, then it can't be a bad thing if you like women. You just have to understand what the situation is and know the game that you're playing and play within the rules of the game that you're playing. You can't come in playing football thinking that the rules of basketball apply. No, in football, they bust your ass. And that's what this is with women. They'll bust your ass. That's the rules. You got to learn how to play the game.
And I'm glad you phrased it that way, because I think this will be a good thing to wrap up this episode with, is the fact that most you guys don't understand the game you playing. Like, y'all think you're going to score a goal by doing this, but really y'all penalizing yourselves by the way y'all acting. And I know that may not make too much sense, but it's like when guys say, oh, my girl loves me. No, you think your girl loves you because shit going good right now, because you doing great things right now. But I tell a lot of guys, man, wait till you run into a couple struggles in your life. Wait till you can't provide the same things that you been providing at the beginning of the relationship. Wait till you run into a medical complication, or wait until certain things happen.
Wait until you find out that she been fucking off on you the whole time.
Right. Just because you think it's good don't mean it's good. Just wait and see. Because a lot of times, more times than not, from the older gentlemen that are watching these videos, you'll see the comments that say, yo, I wish I would have known this 20 years ago. I wish I would have known this 10 years ago. I would have saved myself a lot of money. 2 divorces later, 3 divorces later. They didn't know this stuff. And they went through all the things and was the same naive gentleman that you are today. And we're not saying women are bad. None of this is about women being bad.
They're great.
They're great. And we love women. All these things we say, we still love women. They are fine-tuned, perfect creatures. We giving you game on how to understand this and how to lead them and how to make it work with them so you don't fall into these pitfalls. You got to understand the game you playing when you dealing with a woman. I'm not saying women are a game, but what I'm saying is it's a competitive sport.
It's a competitive sport, fellas.
And you can either get taken out by a man, or you can get taken out by that chick you think you messing with. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to understand the blueprint to the game, you got to get the book, Blueprint of a King, over at RoyalCompass.com. And I don't got nothing else to say today.
Don't play yourself, fellas. This shit really will help you.
Facts. With that being said, my name's MB here on RoyalCompass.com, my co-host.
Mr. Clean, Salt and the Sauce. You see right down here under my video where it says my TikTok and my Instagram. Go follow me. Because y'all neglected me and I don't feel the love.
Follow the boy over there. Royal Compass Godfather. Sauce Team Clean on Instagram.
Peace.
Peace out.
Be strong.